All right, guys, welcome back to the MVM show. I'm on a rampage today. Today's the day. I put it off long enough. I've been wanting to do this episode. I've been trying to cool down and trying to also weigh out my options of getting canceled or taken down or another flag on my YouTube channel, but I don't care. I actually never did anyways in the first place. Not long ago, I had an episode taken down because it went against the narrative that the mainstream media and other people during the Biden administration had been trying to weasel their way into the American people. And it took about a year for that episode to go down. We talked about some things with war and some other things with just some of my friends on a camping trip. And it was actually maybe 2 years old when they took it down. So, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, that put a flag on my MVM Show YouTube channel and put me in hot water because if it happens again, they take it down. So I don't really care because maybe I get $10 a month from that, $5. I don't do it for the money. I just do it for another platform for other people to look at. So anyways, I had thrown that out there. That happened down the road, and I still scratch my head to this because there's so many people, good people, that put stuff up every day that I don't really understand why they took that one down, especially a little peon like me that only at the time maybe had 800 or 900 subscribers. And I actually even had a human review, and they still took it down. So someone humanly reviewed it and still took it down. And I didn't say anything. I mean, we might have even talked about Vax for a little bit. But anyways, today's not about that. Today is the day that I want to say I feel more American than I've ever felt in my life. I feel like our country is getting back on track. I feel proud to be an American. I've been wanting to put this out for a couple weeks and record this, but I thought, let me just let time go by and some stuff, getting other things dialed in with other things kind of personally in my life. And I'm like, my mind hasn't changed on this topic and this idea. I'm proud to be an American. I'm thankful for Donald Trump. I'm thankful for the leaders that he's chosen. Is everybody perfect? Does everybody have some things maybe that I don't agree with? Absolutely, 100%. But for this moment and for this time, these people are saving our country. I've never been so interested in politics in all my life. And if you're a red-blooded American, you should be too at this time because it's affecting us, guys. It's huge. I know there's been people in the past that have commented on the podcast or on my channel and said stuff and just ranted and raved and was against anything I said. And that's fine. You have that ability, and I want to hear feedback, and I always check myself. But there's a lot of things that I talked about 2 and 3 years ago, guests I've had on my channel, things such as that have proven to what is happening today, and it's all coming to light. People that were saying stuff was conspiracy theories all these years, that was just their way to hide stuff and to not... Hold on, I always get distracted right when I'm in the middle of something. Someone always comes. Thank you. But this is a good distraction, I guess. I can't complain. But anyways, that was their way of making people feel stupid and making people think they're crazy. And that's the thing, guys. Like, I might get fired up in this one, but it's okay. I want to get fired up in a good way because God has had mercy on our country again that we don't even deserve. Not maybe you and I, but all the political leaders that were supposed to be taking care of us, that were supposed to love the American people, that were supposed to watch out and protect us and do what's right for us. Not them. Not line their pockets, not fill up their pocketbooks and make them walk away millionaires. Trump isn't even taking a paycheck right now. Elon Musk, he's a stinking billionaire upon billionaire. What is it? Someone said 400 billion. I don't even know. I've heard he's the richest man on earth. I'm not sure he really is. I think people just say that. There's a lot of people that we don't even know about. We don't even know what they do, and their money is beyond our comprehension. But the fact of the matter is, I wanted to share some information for you guys because I've been keeping so on tack on this, and I don't know how anybody doesn't, because it's affect us as taxpayers, American people, the stuff that's coming out of our checks for years. First off, federal income tax is not following the Constitution. It never has. I never liked it, but none of us do, right? It's depressing. You come out of high school, you come into the real world, maybe you've done college, and then you go into the real world, you're like, wait a second. Why is 40% of my check gone? Why, and you got to go through the harsh realities of life and realize like, oh, okay, well, this is how it is. This is how it's been. Well, it's only been that way since 1913, 1918. I can't remember if it was 13 or 18. Might have a little bit of dyslexia there. But anyways, will that ever change? Will Trump truly do and take away federal income taxes? I don't know. I know that's what he wants to do. Will he be able to do? I have no idea if it can really happen. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but I do know that he is working on that. Now, the for sure thing I know he wants to get done, and possibly could get done this year, is to no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. Can you imagine the raise you get from that? And no tax on Social Security. Right? Think about this, guys. How sometimes I get so worked up I can't even speak because there's so much to say. My mind is going like a spinning wheel, but I'm in my head. I'm like, it's hard to comprehend. And I've talked to some of my friends we've had these conversations. He said, when you can't wrap your head around it, and I don't want to, you have to say it's the devil. Now, there's a lot of you listening, they say, oh, I don't believe in that. I don't, believe whatever. And that's your prerogative. But I'm telling you, when we look at the Bible, we look at God's word, and you may not read that. It says, and I'm not starting at the beginning of the verse, but there's spiritual wickedness in high places. Why can I not think of the beginning of that verse? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? So we think we're blaming these politicians, and they are, I'm just going to say, morons, okay? But they are being used of the enemy, the prince and the power of the air that has control in this earth, Satan himself. So the things that they're doing, the things that I'm going to share with you that are going on, that are proven, that are 100% what Doge has come in there and found out what our taxpayer dollars are going to. I'm not trying to get you mad and stirred up, but what I'm wanting to show is if you haven't heard about this stuff, I want you to see it. I want you to be informed. I want to share with you because I've seen it. And it's like, think about this. How long has this been happening? When was the shift? Was it when the Bible was taken out of school? Was it when all these things that were happening in the 70s and 80s trying to shun away from God? This is where it all starts. The moment we get away from God, one nation under God. I heard, and I don't want to say what religion he was, but because I can't remember, but he got up there and quoted, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Let's see, I pledge allegiance to the flag. I'm getting the Christian flag messed up. I mean, you guys are thinking I'm half crazy right now. I'm so worked up. I said I was going to stay calm, but it's like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to whose republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's like weird. I'm used to standing, looking at a flag and putting my hand over my heart. So almost like I can't even quote it right now. But that this supposed leader, preacher, pastor, whatever he was, priest, I can't remember now, he left the under God part out. I literally wanted to come through that phone when I was watching it and grab him by the throat. It's like, do you not realize the reason that we have everything we had is because our forefathers had set this up? No, were they perfect? No, they weren't. But they had set this up, and the reason the success of the United States of America has been like it has been is because it has been built and founded upon the Bible, upon God's word, and upon all the wisdom that it has in it. And that's why we are who we are today. Somewhere in there, man has fallen away like he has from the beginning of time. They go back to God, then they fall away. Then they go back to God, then they fall away. They have gone away from God. United States of America and its leaders, not all of the Americans, right? And they got away from that. And then greed, corruption, fraud, demonization, people being literally possessed by the devil himself have literally, see, because here's the deal. Money is not the root of all evil. I've said this before. It's the love of it. And what happens is when we love those things, the things that you can do are absolutely limitless. And I'm getting it. I'm going to get into that. The things that are being done. You're going to think I'm crazy. You're going to think it's not real. It is a fact. It is public information. You can go look it up. The things that your taxpayer dollars and my taxpayer dollars are going to. Now, am I making a difference by getting up here ranting and raving? No, it's my podcast, and that's what I want to share. I want to share this information. I'm really, in a way, sharing this because I'm excited to see what's happening right now. I'm absolutely stoked beyond measure, and I've never paid much attention in the past because of the corruption. It's not like I was burying my head in the sand, but I knew in my head, it's like there's nothing I can do, and I don't even want to know because it's so sick, and I never imagined they were doing what they were doing. Now, is anything possible when you sell your soul to the devil? Absolutely, 100%. So that is exactly what we see. We see people that have sold their soul to the devil. They've sold to their soul to the almighty dollar, and nothing matters. Let me start getting into this stuff. What boggles my mind is, let's just talk about Tom Homan, which is the border czar. And by the way, I absolutely love that name. I love that name, like that they actually labeled as a czar. Making some notes here, but so he gets on there. And the guy is solid. 90% of the illegals coming into our country from the southern border, and I remind you, I said illegals. So it doesn't matter if you're a criminal or not. Right now, they're mainly just talking about sending criminal illegals back. Okay? And people are freaking out. He said criminal illegals. That doesn't mean they're not going to be sending illegals back, whether you're a criminal or not. But do you get it? Why do people not get it? Come in legally. We are more than happy to have you. I don't care what nation, tribe, tongue you speak and what color your skin is. God is no respecter of persons, and neither am I. My best friends are of every color you can think of. But you need to come into this country legally. You need to come in here. You want to do things. No, we're not handing you out no more driver's license. We're not giving you IDs in California, which I know there's going to be a mess to come in, and Newsom has his day coming. All this stuff is going on with the mayor of New York, and that guy is an absolute joke. And I don't even know how Tom Homan, other than needing to get in there to get done what he needs to get done, but I don't know how he's working with that guy because he's an idiot. And he's a politician, right? And he tries to sound like he's wanting to do something good, but in all reality, he still wants his stupid, corrupt ways, and he wants his funding, so he's trying to work with it because he realized, like, oh, if I don't do something, and that's exactly what's going to happen with Newsom. You know, once Tom Homan gets over here and they start rocking and rolling in California, which they will, because they're not going to let no sanctuary states fight him. And I won't be surprised one bit if this podcast gets taken down. And if they do shut my channel down, I don't even care. It's less work for me. Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything else that's just audio only would be great. Way less editing, and maybe I could actually get you guys out more stuff. But let's. So I brought up Tom Homan, the border czar. 90% of illegal immigration coming through over the border has come to a screeching halt. Not all the way, obviously, but 90% of it has shut down. Going from millions a day, a week, a month to 300. I heard the other day, like I don't know how they even find these numbers other than cameras and stuff, but 300 from tens of thousands to millions. So thank God for that, and God bless them for the work they're doing. All these people getting murdered and slaughtered and raped and killed because these illegals are going over there. And they're showing their faces. They're showing their what they look like. They're showing what they've done. How many counts? One guy I heard this morning, over 40 counts. And the crimes that he's committing is the day of he's released. It's not even showing all the other ones he's done. These are the people they're wanting to, ICE is trying to grab and send back. And our politicians and our people are trying to protect them? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. They're lying. They're trying to say this stuff. And these people, oh man, I hope to God no one that listens to this podcast, and surely I don't see how there could be anybody that listens to this would even be supportive. But what ticks me off so bad, I served in the military, in the army, and the thing I said I will not tolerate and I cannot stand, if I saw someone burning a flag, I hope I don't see it. I mean that with all my heart. I hope I do not see that, because I will not drive by. I will not turn a blind eye to it. I will go involved, and I don't want to do that because it could turn out very bad, and I don't want to put myself in harm's way to put my family in harm's way, if that makes sense. But I'm telling you right now, I will not. So it's like, part of me wants to think, are they just doing this in segregated areas because they know there's no one going to come fight it? Like this deal I seen on video the other day, they were burning an American flag. And mind you, I ain't 1 ounce racist. Most of my friends are Mexican. I don't care about that. So when you hear me saying this, I'm not frustrated at Mexicans, but the Mexican people that are doing this, I don't believe for 1 second. And I seen one come on that came over legally as a child with this family. He's actually a UFC fighter, and he said he's absolutely disgusted in his countrymen for doing what they're doing. He don't believe for a second they're people that came over here the right way. Honestly, they're not. And even though a lot of them are born here and have an American citizenship, but they were burning an American flag and waving a Mexican flag over it in the streets of LA. And I'm thinking to myself, does anybody else see this? Is there anybody dumb enough to look at that and think that's a good thing? Seriously? If you hate America, go back. Go back. Who's stopping you, man? What are you doing? Like, to me, I have to think in my head they're being paid to do this. I just can't wrap my head around anybody being that stupid to do something like that. You're burning the American flag in the country you're getting all this free stuff from, and then you're waving a Mexican flag over top of the burning American flag. Are you sick in the head? And I answer my own question. Yes, you are sick in your head. So let's go over some of the spending that Doge has found. Get a little drink of my iced coffee that my sister-in-law made. All right. So we could talk for hours and hours and hours and hours, and I don't want to bore nobody or depress anybody, because it's not depressing really now that it's being stopped. But the USAID, okay, they're saying, it's the single largest criminal fraud operation in human history, and it really is. It absolutely 100% is, and I thank God that they closed that stinking thing down. Yes, even RFK Jr., when he got confirmed yesterday, even said that was started by his uncle for a good thing. But what people have done is the love of money has brought them in, and they have corrupted it. They've completed complete fraud. They have stolen from the American people, and here they are. They're supposed to be protecting us. So let's look at some of the things that money, your money. And I told my dad the other day, I said, Dad, I wonder what dollar percentage over the years that I've been started working. I'm 41 now. When I went into the workforce at like 15, I think actually I might have been on payroll before that. I started working very young, every summer when I was super young, and then basically went pretty much full time since the time I was 15, and was working 30 hours a week through high school. And yeah, I was just bagging groceries, nothing special, but it was a job I could do after work. So from that time on till now, I have been funding these things. And I told my dad, I said, I wonder what parts of my dollar, has $5 over this many years, because it's such a big operation, right? I'm such a small little speck of sand in the bucket, but it really How much of my money has went to fund some of these things? So listen to this, okay? This is such a little scoop of a mountain, an ocean of things. But let me read this to you, okay? And I want to give you real insane ones. I mean, there's one right here. Haiti, post 2010 Haiti, 1.14 billion was spent on a port and power plant project promoted by President Bill Clinton. Guess what? They never built anything. So where did 1.14 billion go? Don't take rocket scientists, folks. Cuba in 2006, an audit shows 74 million in democracy promotion funds vanished without oversight. 74 million. Guys, I don't know about you, but when I lose a $20 bill, I notice it. I'm looking for it. Where is it? We're talking 74 million here. Afghanistan, millions squandered on health scams and hospitals never built. There wasn't a number for that one. Nigeria, Chemonics, a major USAID contract, was linked to a subcontractor's overbilling scandal. Hundreds of millions lost. They don't even have a number on it because they can't even put one on it. That's how much was lost. COVID-19 funding. USAID sent over 40 million in taxpayer money to a scientist, listen to this, located in Wuhan to do gain of function mutations that directly led to the creation release of COVID-19. There you go. Okay. Here we go. 2.5 million to DEI in Serbia. 70,000 Onan Irish DEI musical. Just for a musical, they sent that. You give me a break. Do you think that's what it really did? This is our money. $47,000 on transgender operas in Colombia. Why are we sending our money to other countries for this sick, perverted things? This is what's going on, guys. This will blow your mind. Iraq. Well, here's another one. Here it is. Iraq, 20 million. Think about this. We sent 20 million to Iraq for the Iraqi version of Sesame Street to promote LGBTQ agenda. I will be blown away if they don't take this podcast down. And I hope if you don't listen to it on here, go listen to it before it goes away. If it does, I really will not be surprised at all. Go listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. There's all kinds of platforms you can listen to them. But think about that. 20 million of our taxpayer dollars went to start a Sesame Street to support LGBTQ in Iran. How? Who's the sick freaks? I'm sorry, for lack of a better word, really. Who is the sick freaks that's allowing this? Who's these people putting their John Hancock on the paperwork to send this money? Egypt and Tunisia, 56 million for tourism. Jordan, 40 million for schools. Vietnam, 11 million to fight trash burning. What? 27 in Central America, 27 million for deportee gift bags. Oh, if you have ever wanted to see my head explode, keep watching this one because it could very well explode. 27 million for little deportee gift bags. Are you joking me? This is real, guys. There is receipts for this stuff. You still think it's a conspiracy theory? Well, I was saying stuff with my dad on here, and people were getting all hot about it, saying we don't know what we're talking about. Now it's all come out. It's public information. All right, now let's go into some more things that Doge has been finding. Okay, you almost probably won't even believe this. They're doing these steroid-enhanced hamster fights. They're spending $3 million on that of our money. And what they're doing this for, and the agency that's doing this is the NIH. They're funding to observe aggressive behaviors in hamsters injected with steroids. $3 million. They're doing cocaine experiments on beagle puppies at $2.3 million. This is still the NIH. They're doing research involving the administration of cocaine to beagle puppies to study the effects. Why in the world? They're studying parrot romance. $689,000. They're wanting to research and examine romantic behaviors and interactions between parrots. That's where our money's going. I can't go off the deep end everything I say because I won't get through none of this stuff. Number 4, studying racial aggression in mice. Racial aggression? Over 500,000 in that. Training mice to binge drink alcohol, 1.1 million. Studies involving training mice to consume large amounts of alcohol to understand binge drinking behaviors. I mean, guys, did you know Fauci, the guy that forced the vaccine, that I pray goes to prison for a long time? You know that he was doing tests and studies on cats? Okay, he's spending, this is true, 1.5 million. He's doing this on the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, on a study of waste and cruelty. 1.5 million spinning kittens for science and motion sickness. So they're sitting there spinning these kittens for science, to make them motion sickness so they can see and supposedly test. I mean, so it's not only things we're sending our money to that should never be there. We're spending our money on things in this country to test things. Sick things. Mind-blowing things. Things that you can't wrap your head, nor do you want to. That's what's going on here. Another one, 2.7 million on Russian cats walking on treadmills. What do we have to do with Russia, and why are we walking cats on treadmills? 875,000 effects of cocaine on quell sexual behavior. What? 419,000 on cocaine and lonely rat studies. 33 million Monkey Island maintenance. Guys, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Literally, you can't even make this up. The NIH funds used to maintain a monkey breeding colony on an island off the coast of South Carolina. You can't make this up. This is what our money's going to. This is what Doge's fine. And you say to yourself, why are they getting so mad? Why are the Democrats and the liberals getting so mad? Even some Republicans. Because right now, it's right or wrong. There is no, I'm this. No, you're either on the right side or you're on the wrong side. Titles don't mean jack anymore. And, you know, thank God everything. The last one, I believe, is just Kash Patel to be confirmed. So he will go to the Senate floor next week, and praying that the Lord's will be done. But I mean, hopefully he gets it, but we'll see. I mean, maybe there's something better, but I'm thinking he's going to get it. And you look at this stuff and you think, why are liberals are freaking out like Elizabeth Warren and some of these other people, and you're looking at them. I told my friend the other day, and I've told a few people, I said, when they freak out like they do about Doge saving us trillions of dollars, millions and billions of dollars, I should say billions, not trillions, but already billions of dollars. I want to say it's over 100 billion. It might even be more than that now. Why are they freaking out about that? I don't think it takes much discernment to understand why. They are getting funded by these things. That is why they are freaking out. It's literally like they're waving a red flag saying, when they get up there behind that pulpit and scream and holler and their glasses almost come off their face because they're shaking so bad and they're so mad, it's literally like, you're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty. Everyone that does that, everyone, they're waving a red flag saying, I'm guilty, I'm getting money. That's why, dude, they called him out in a committee meeting. They called him out and said, excuse me, sir. And I want to say it was Elizabeth Warren was one of them. And she was like at like $1.5 million that she was getting because of all the COVID stuff. The big pharma was paying them off. And that's why they were fighting it so bad. It's like, they should be in jail, guys. Bottom line, I kind of want to end this one. I don't want to go. I could go and go and go and go. But I wanted to get that off my mind, on my chest, get it out on this episode, see if I can get this channel shut down on the YouTube channel. It's almost like a goal. I mean, there's people who say so much more stuff than I do. I don't know why in the world, like I said, they were going after me, but I want to end more on this note and ask the question, why are Dems or liberals, I really shouldn't even say a party, because really it's just liberals. that are in high positions, why are they freaking out? Think about that. What all these things that are helping the American people that was supposed to be their job, why are they freaking out? Shouldn't they? I mean, they are literally showing us they hate us. They don't care about us. They hate Trump. They're so mad they can't even think straight, and look how foolish and stupid and how much they're revealing themselves. They literally can't stand it. So I'm going to play a clip here from Alina Habba, which is President Trump's counselor. And I'm going to play what she says. And she says it better than me because she can speak English better. But let me play this clip from her real quick. Let's play it.
Sean, we know what's going on here. It's very simple. It's the same thing that's been happening for the last 3.5 years. They're panicking, and the only thing they do is go to radical left judges that want to make a name for themselves to stop the executive branch for doing exactly what was mandated to do on November 5th when we swept the nation. It's absolutely ridiculous. And frankly, this is all over everything. I was discussing this actually with Elon, and I said, you know, for all the money you've saved this country, perhaps we should also have a ticker for every case that they're going to bring. It's going to go up while this one goes down, because that's what they do. If we want to save money, people are going to get upset. Why are they getting upset? Because we're taking money out of their pockets. The best thing that Elon Musk is going to do is going to look at people's salaries and say, okay, if you make X amount of money and you're worth $68 million, we're going to look at why that is. And that's really the bottom line, because we could talk about everything, every executive order, but there is a panic in D.C. at this moment where I now live, and it is very simple. We are cutting them off from their funding. And that means politicians, not just saving taxpayer dollars. And that's where the panic is coming from. It's pretty basic.
Look, obviously, if you're friends with Donald Trump, you're going to be hated. All right, so we'll check that box on the Elon Musk side. But correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he the guy that offered Starlink when people in North Carolina had no communication with the outside world, and he donated that? Didn't he offer the same thing to the people of California? Yeah. Don't we have 2 astronauts that have been pretty much lost in space or abandoned now for nearly 300 days, and our government can't save them, so he's going to go rescue them? You know, and he's cutting out all of this waste. Well, why would you hate somebody like that?
It's so
I'm
basic.
grateful.
You know what? It's very basic. Let's think about this. In our administration, we have a tremendous amount of billionaires who are successful businessmen. And I could name them all, but we know who they are, who have taken a leave, sold their companies, walked away from their lives to sacrifice to help America be great again. There are many, many. Now, Elon's become a target for one very simple reason, because he is cutting the funding to these politicians who have put their bureaucratic, personal financial gain and interest above the American people. That is the difference. That may not be felt by some of the other people that are in the administration that have done the same thing that Elon does, that are incredibly successful billionaires. But they are targeting him because he is cutting their lifeline, their financial. Listen, Nancy made how much money? And we're going to go down the line of looking at all these people. There is no reason, as a federal employee, me included, I shouldn't walk out richer from the federal government. That should not be the case.
No,
and I open you up to look, because it's not going to happen. You don't do it.
You would make a lot more in the private sector. Elon Musk will probably make a lot 100%. Less, although, you know, when you have that kind of money, that money makes enough money, you know, on its own, in a sense. Even if you put it in a treasury at 5%, not a bad deal. And the president doesn't take a paycheck. He's losing money. People are in this to serve their country. I would argue almost everybody that you see every day in that White House is not making money.
I do. You're right. We don't. And the only reason they're screaming about Elon, it's very simple. Nobody has said it yet, and I'm going to say it. It's because they're hitting their pockets. Only reason they're screaming about Elon. They're not screaming about Howard Lutnick. 100%. They're not screaming
That's
about
why.
Bergam. They're not screaming about those billionaires. They're screaming about him. And that's because he's going in and hitting where it hurts. So you know what happens when you scream and when you sing songs outside at a rally, which, by the way, what are you doing on the American taxpayer dollars, creating songs against the Republican Party? It's bizarre. But when you're doing things like that, that says to me one very simple thing. We have hit your Achilles heel, and we will continue to hit you. We will look at why our children are not educated. We will look at why our children have an increase in ADHD. We will look at why our borders are not safe, why our security is crazy, and why there is fentanyl crisis right now in our country like we have never seen, because illegal immigrants were supposed to come in and vote for Kamala Harris, but it didn't work out for them. So they are panicking. And Elon may be triggering just a little bit of insecurity, which is that they are worried about us looking at exactly what they've done and exactly how much they've made. And that is now stopping. And it's a panic.
Boom. Couldn't have said it better myself. And I couldn't have said it like that. I mean, guys, it's all there. The handwriting's on the wall. So, and I would say everyone that listens to this is excited about what's happening. America is back, and I love it, and I'm thankful for it. And everyone that's doing what they're doing, protecting us, keeping us, saving us our money. Hey, let's all. I don't even get how anybody couldn't support no tax on tips and no tax on federal income and no tax on overtime. Is there any American that would fight that or disagree with that? Who's going to fight that? You know what I mean? Who's going to say, yeah, let all the illegals come in and kill and murder and rape and steal from us? Who wants that? That shows there's a sickness in these people's heads that wants to allow that. Like I said, that New York governor, when he said that, I'm thinking, dude, you're as crooked as you can get, and you're full of the devil, because what is wrong with you wanting to sanctuary these people and keep them here? What's wrong with Newsom? We know what's wrong. It's spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what it is. And so, anyways, man, America's back. I'm so happy. I'm so thankful. You feel proud to be an American again. I mean, the last 4 years was absolutely shameful, humiliating, embarrassing. We were the laughingstock of the world, and now it's coming back. And look at all the people that are respecting it again that quick. He hasn't even been in 100 days in office, and things are going down. So we're thankful for that. I'm thankful for it. Wanted to talk about that. I don't know how much I'll just dive deep into all this politics and stuff, because I really want to get too hung up on it. We're even going to have some spiritual things on here and some good talks. I know we've done the whole what was it about the what it means to be a man, stuff like that. Stuff towards on that topic. And my dad should be available and be around a little bit, so I'm really excited about getting him back over here again. Jim Mueller. In fact, I'm depending on his schedule. Either we will be recording today or tomorrow, and I got some juicy topics to talk with him about. Barton Ramsey, I got some more stuff coming up just solo. Be talking about Sledgehammer and how things are going with him, and some maybe changes in some things with the channel and stuff like that. Some adjustments, but yeah. So, anyways, wanted to talk about this, inform you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think as far as do you want to be kept abreast of what's going on, or do you not really care? Are you guys watching it? Are you guys been keeping up on the news? I mean, I'm watching all of the news channels. I'm not just watching Fox, you know. I look at CNN, everybody. It's all across the board, guys. So anyways, just let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments on the YouTube channel if this even stays up. I don't know if you guys knew this, but, and some of you do because I seen your comments, now on Spotify, which is my favorite platform to listen to podcasts on, you can actually go in there on the MVM show when you click on it, and you can comment on the episode. So like if you click on an episode, you can go in there and comment. So it's pretty cool. Like I don't know who this is, but Cozier said made a comment on episode 336, and then Seth Cook went on there and said, it's been a while, can't wait to listen. So thank you for that. That stuff's always good, and I think brings more attention to it. If you can, go in and rate and review the podcast, and we hit 350 ratings and reviews at 4.9, almost 5-star. But anyways, yeah, go in there. I like that platform, and now you guys can feedback. I can comment in there too, but I can only comment once, I guess, per episode. I don't really know why, unless I need to go through the back end. Maybe that's not how I'm logged into it. But yeah, and then, I mean, Apple Podcast, you can go leave reviews and stuff. I don't know if you can actually, I don't believe you can comment on like a specific episode like you can on Spotify now. So I thought that was a great thing that they added in. Was there one more thing? Don't forget, check out Mueller Chokes. Put in the code if you go in there and get a choke and you want to shoot in the off season, whether it's hunting chokes, whether it's skeet and trap chokes, any of that stuff. You can go in there, put in the code MVM 2024, all one word, all caps. We'll get you 10% off and, you know, save you a pretty good amount, to be honest with you. I mean, if you buy one choke, it saves you $13. And it shows them that we're supporting them, so it helps us too. So, like I said, other than that, I'm not doing this for financial reasons. I do it because I believe in it. Every single one of my guns that I'm looking at right over in the corner of my shotguns have a Mueller choke on them. Most of them have a decoy choke on it. So I kind of suggest starting there. If you want to go tighter, you can do the passing. My 28 gauge, I do use passing on that. I don't know, with the heavy 12 in my combo there. And I know some of you got that combo and you said you're absolutely stoked with it for the 28 gauge. It's nasty. I'm telling you, if you got a cripple on the wire, if you even have cripples, I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. You can literally, if they get out there, way out there and getting away from you, you can knock them down flat, 60, 70 yards, no problem. And I'm saying no problem. Better than I can do with my 12 gauge. I can tell you that right now. So anyways, it's a top tier guy that makes it. It's specified. It's gun specific. It's nothing like they're out there on the market, guys. There really is nothing out there. And the customer service and the people that work there, from Lauren to Devin, are amazing people. Jimmy Mueller is an amazing guy. I just don't know how else to say it other than that. But anyways, that's going to end this episode. We're going to talk more and get them rolling. I'm hammering them out now. So, yeah, I got a little flack from saying I was going to do all these Thursday talks and all this stuff, and you're right. You called me out about it. I have to take the heat. I deserve it, but I don't feel bad. I don't have regrets. I mean, I want to stand by my word, but you know, it gets busy. It's just, it is what it is. So I'm not gonna make any more promises. I'll tell you that. I'm not even gonna say anything. You guys see them pop up, they pop up. You don't see them pop up, you know I'm busy. I haven't forgot it. Haven't let it go, but I'm busy. So anyways, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you on the next one.